Hello, this is Dipendupal once again in front of you, going to present today's video about the biological classification. Obviously, the video will be related to the previous chapter, the living world. एक word से start करते हैं, that is taxonomy. तो basically the taxonomy ये लास्ट वीडियो में हम लोग देखे थे. सो टैक्सोनॉमी अगर प्रॉपरली विथ रिलेशनशिप मतलब प्रॉपरली किया जाएगा, मतलब इंटर ऑर्गेनिज्म रिलेशनशिप और रिलेशनशिप अमंग द ऑर्गेनिजम्स, अगर रिलेशनशिप अमंग द ऑर्गेनिजम्स के हिसाब से किया जाएगा तो देन ऑब्वियसली विल गेट अ वन थिंग इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, दैट इज कॉल्ड इवोल्यूशन. बट ये जो इवोल्यूशंस है, ये इवोल्यूशंस हम बाद में पढ़ेंगे, बट ये जो है टैक्सोनॉमी कब शुरू हुआ था, व्हेन पीपल स्टार्टेड दिस टैक्सोनॉमी प्रोसेस. बेसिकली एक नाम लिया जाए, यू ऑल नो दिस नेम, द नेम इज what I've written, Aristotle. He tried to difference among plants, among animals, okay, the plants and animals. In plants, in plants and in animals, on the basis of this size, trees, herbs, and in animals basically the based on that red blood or white. और taxonomical जो classification start हुआ था, that proper taxonomical जो classification start हुआ था, it was in year of 1758 and it was done by, ये कौन किए थे? It was done by a very famous person known as Linnaeus. Okay, this Linnaeus, who tried to classify the organisms into two kingdoms, and these are, one is plant, another is obviously the animals. So basically you need to understand, in plants that will be considered in these plants, under this plants group, all the fungi, bacteria, this flowering plants, gymnosperms, angiosperms, okay, all these things will come, okay. But in animals, that all the animals, by the common sense, what we can understand, that how we can say that this is animals. So that time it was basically divided on that basis, that by the common sense, that means the only the seeing the outer characteristics, and there it did not distinguish as a prokaryotic, as a eukaryotic, okay, as these are fungi, this is not plant, this is we have to keep it separate group. So there was a need, basically need that we can, that though the system of classification was not proper, मतलब ये classification system proper नहीं थे, तो we need to make a better system of classification, obviously or not. So when there's a need to make the better system of classification, then three kingdoms based classification, means after gradually from Linnaeus time, that three kingdom classification was given to us. So, okay, and here this includes these plants, plants and animals, and protista. So protista here is the third one, okay, protista is the third kingdom, and it is proposed by Haeckel, Ernest Haeckel. And in the year of 1866, basically you need to understand that plants and animals, and after that that all, even fungi is also under the plants, and later he found, मतलब उसके बाद में देखा कि हेकल ने ऐसा देखा जो सारे मल्टीसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं, सिर्फ कुछ ऑर्गेनिज्म ऐसे जो यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स होते हैं. Okay, so we need to separate that unicellular organism. So basically he separated that unicellular organisms as a separate group in protista. मतलब उसी यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स को एक सेपरेट ग्रुप दिया गया था, सेपरेट किंगडम दिया गया था, एंड आफ्टर दैट इट फॉर्म्स 3 किंगडम. बट it is also found that not up to the proper classification, because inside the protista, though it's a unicellular, okay, there are also some prokaryotic unicellular and eukaryotic unicellular. So later, after that, gradually the 4 kingdoms system of classification ये बना, ठीक है. तो 4 kingdom of system classification ये बना, and it is proposed by Copeland in the year 1956, and here including the plants, animals, protista, and the new group is the Monera. Now see, gradually this group comes. The plants, animals, protista was there in 3 kingdom, and now the new kingdom is Monera. So Monera is basically unicellular organisms, prokaryotic unicellular organisms. But still, we can say here that plants is is considering all these things, even fungi also. तो यहाँ पर अभी तक फंगी का कोई सेपरेट ग्रुप नहीं मिला. बट वी नो दैट फंगी it's also having cell wall, okay, and the plants, it's also having the cell wall, but the difference is it is composed of chitin and it is composed of cellulose. These two things are difference. So it is very important, that we need to separate this fungi from where? From the plants. So after that, this 5 kingdom system of classification, okay, is very important and interesting also. It's developed and it is proposed by a famous person, and the known name is R.H. Whittaker. दिस नेम हम लोग ये पढ़े थे क्लास 9 में, ये हम पढ़े थे व्हिटेकर क्लासिफिकेशन. तो उसमें हम लोग पढ़े थे देयर आर 5 किंगडम्स, ओके, देयर आर 5 किंगडम्स क्लासिफिकेशन इन व्हिटेकर इन क्लास 9 CBSE. सो R.H. Whittaker, in which year? Did you remember which year? Yes, this is in the year of 1969. This year is also very important, 1969. In the year of 1969, R.H. Whittaker proposed the 5 kingdom classification. And what are these? These are Monera, protista, fungi, plantae, and animalia. Yes, this Monera, protista, fungi, plantae, and animalia. And here also we need to understand one more thing, that though we are talking about the 5 kingdom system classification, and in Ncert book no such other classification is given, okay, till here it is given, but basically we also can expect that in near future we can see the 6 kingdom system of classification or 7 kingdom system of classification. But as it is given in the book, जैसे हम लोग को बुक में दिया गया है, हम लोग वैसे ही we will try to discuss these things, हम लोग यही पढ़ेंगे. And basically in our Ncert book, this 5 kingdom system of classification and this 2 kingdom system of classification, these two are given. Okay, basically you can see here that this two kingdom system of classification and the 5 kingdom system of classification, these two are given. Okay, understood of you? So we need to understand these things only, this 5 kingdoms system of classification and 2 kingdom system of classification. Now what are these 5 kingdoms? Once again, this Monera, protista, fungi, plantae, and animalia. Now here, whenever we are going to try to classify anything, whenever we are going to try to classify anything, say for examples, this in our class or in our home or anything you just want to classify, we take parameters. What we take parameters. Say for examples, in the class we say for example the gender, this boy is one group and the girls another group. They know long boys with long hair, boys with short hair, also we can make another group. Okay, so that means what, there is also required a basis is required. Please try to understand, this is very important. Basis is required. So whenever we are going to classify anything, we will take some basis, means some parameters. So here what is the basis? The character. I am talking about the character. मैं character का बात कर रहा हूँ. मतलब characters, why character is important? Because on the basis of those character we can classify the organisms, we can classify into kingdoms. So here if we go for classification of 5 kingdom, then basically we need to take some parameters. That means R.H. Whitaker, had taken some basis, on the basis of that he classified the whole living organisms into 5 kingdoms. That means according to R.H. Whitaker, the whole living organisms is divided into Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia. So according to him, no such other organisms will be there other than these 5 kingdom. मतलब इससे अलग और कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता. So now let's see what are the basis of this 5 kingdom classification. The basis of 5 kingdom classifications, these are: first is cell structure, then is mode of nutrition, then is thallus organization, then reproduction and phylogenetic relationship. We need to understand one by one. The cell structure, basically it will be depends on cell type, whether it's a prokaryotic or eukaryotic, okay, or the cell wall structure, and then the mode of nutrition, whether it's a autotrophic nutrition or heterotrophic, and this thallus organization, it is means what? Thallus means what? Body. Okay, thallus means what? These body organizations, the multicellular or unicellular organisms. So there is a multi or unicellular organisms. The reproduction means the asexual reproduction or sexual reproduction. And the phylogenetic relationship is very important. This is very important. This phylogenetic relationship means the relationship among the individuals. So if we do this phylogenetic relationship, then we can see that that the phylogenetic relationship will establish. If we establish the phylogenetic relationship, we will get what? Evolution. The trend of evolution. We'll get what? The trend of evolution. This is very important. Now on the basis of this 5, this number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 and number 5, on the basis of this 5, that R.H. Whitaker made the 5 kingdom classification. So this is the 5 kingdom classification that is represented in this diagram. ये कोई animals का या कोई plants का diagram नहीं है. यहाँ पर 5 kingdom दिखाया गया: Monera, Protista, Plantae, Fungi and Animalia. तो ये 5 kingdom हम लोग अभी भी पढ़े हैं. So these 5 kingdoms have been represented in this way. And ये चीज़ आप लोग देख रहे हो, that is one thing you can see that this diagram is divided by 2 lines, 1 and 2. This is number 1 and number 2. So इस लाइन के ऊपर ठीक लिखा गया eukaryotic, इस लाइन के ठीक नीचे लिखा गया prokaryotic. This eukaryotic and prokaryotic is what? The cell type. Means ये जो लाइन है, ये लाइन cell type को डिनोट करता है. तो इस लाइन का जो ऊपर आएगा वो that will be eukaryotic, means Protista, Plantae, Fungi, Animalia. These all will be eukaryotic, क्योंकि ये जो Protista, Plantae, Fungi, Animalia है, ये लाइन को ऊपर आता है. And the Monera, this only comes below the line. तो ये नीचे से इसका नीचे आता है, तो prokaryotic will be only the Monera. So Monera, the cell type will be prokaryotic, but Protista, Plantae, Fungi, Animalia का जो cell type होगा that will be eukaryotic. Same way नंबर 2 जो लाइन है, इसमें देखो complexity of organisms लिखा है. What is written? Complexity of organisms, मतलब unicellular and multicellular. तो इस लाइन के जो ऊपर आएगा similarly it will be multicellular. इस लाइन के नीचे जो नीचे आएंगे that will be unicellular. तो इस लाइन के नीचे कौन कौन आता है? Protista and Monera. Not only Protista self, but also the Monera. So this Protista and Monera these two comes in unicellular, and Plantae, Fungi and Animalia ये तीनों किस में आता है? मल्टीसेलुलर में. तो दो जो लाइन हम लोग डिवाइड किए, एक है कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी ऑफ ऑर्गेनिजम्स, एक है सेल टाइप. सो इस सेल टाइप से हम बोल सकते हैं वन विल बी यूकैरियोटिक, अनदर विल बी प्रोकैरियोटिक। कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी में बोल सकते हैं मल्टीसेलुलर, यूनिसेलुलर। नाउ दिस इज मोनेरा इज प्रोकैरियोटिक and rest all will be eukaryotic, and here also the protista will be unicellular and rest plantae, fungi, animalia will be multicellular। तो unicellular में मोनेरा भी आएगा, okay, please note that मोनेरा भी आएंगे। And the plantae, we know that it's autotrophic, it is a producer, because of photosynthetic nature। Fungi is heterotrophic because it cannot produce food, it cannot perform the process of photosynthesis, so and it is basically known as decomposer। The animalia, it's a consumer which eat, मतलब जो दूसरों को खाते हैं, कंज्यूम करते हैं। तो फंगी भी खाना नहीं प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, एनिमिलिया खाना भी प्रोड्यूस नहीं करते। प्लांट से खाना प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, जैसे प्रोड्यूसर, एंड इट्स ऑटोट्रॉफिक। फंगी एंड एनिमिलिया इट्स हेटरोट्रॉफिक इन नेचर, मतलब ये खाना प्रोड्यूस नहीं करते हैं। और इसका जो रोल है इकोलॉजी में, जो हम लोग को जो एनवायरमेंट में जो रोल है, फंगी एक्ट एज अ डिकम्पोजर एंड एनिमिलिया एक्ट एज अ कंज्यूमर। सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द 5 kingdom क्लासिफिकेशन। नाउ अगेन एंड अगेन आई एम टेलिंग यू, जब हम लोग 5 kingdom क्लासिफिकेशन पढ़ रहे थे तो उसमें लास्ट एक चीज़ लिखा था, फाइलोजेनेटिक रिलेशनशिप। तो मैंने यहाँ पर कहीं पर भी नहीं लिखा व्हाट इज फाइलोजेनेटिक रिलेशनशिप। मैंने एक बार बोला था दैट इफ वी रीड अबाउट फाइलोजेनेटिक रिलेशनशिप दैट मीन्स वी विल अंडरस्टैंड द इवोल्यूशन। नाउ व्हाट डज मीन फाइलोजेनेटिक रिलेशनशिप? द फाइलोजेनेटिक रिलेशनशिप दैट मीन्स that the relationship among others. So the relationship Monera with Protista, the relationship Protista with Plantae, the relationship with Protista with fungi and animalia. So if we see that the trend of evolution, that means first the prokaryotic organisms comes in this world, then the eukaryotic organisms, okay, and we can also see that first the unicellular organisms comes and then the multicellular, okay. So that means the trend of evolution from that, this is the directions of evolution. This is the direction of the evolution. This is 5 kingdom classification, okay. So